transition over here for just a minute. I'm not sure. Let me test this over here. Don't think that the mic is picking up. I think I fixed it. Not sure. Perhaps. Seems to be. Okay. I can hear myself again. But now my transition. Oh, all right, there it is. All right. I think we're back on track. Hopefully. So yeah. Anyways, I guess a reintroduction is needed. Not sure where we left off, but every Wednesday is going to be Wing Wednesday, and we're going to be building a model kit from the Gundam Wing series. This is the first because this is my favorite. It's my favorite Gundam right here. Gundam Wing was the first series that I was introduced to Gundam. And yeah, from there, here we are. But let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so we're going to put the runners over here on the side. Open them as we go. Just it's a high grade kit, so shouldn't take too long. All right, so here we got the black, and the kit is mostly it's not all black and white. It's like darker colors because this is Deathscythe is supposed to be like the stealthy one out of all the Gundams in the Gundam Wing series. These some of the frame. Let's pull this out here. Most of the legs. See here, and then of course we got the iconic beam saber or beam scythe. Let's see here. I have a scissor with me handy, so I'm gonna have to use a X-Acto knife to open that up. It's more of the frame. Looks like, yeah, some of the inner workings of the frame. And the beam scythe effect. Now, Deathscythe Hell TV, this is a TV version. There are two versions. There's the Endless Waltz version. And then there's a TV version. The Endless Waltz version is the one that looks like a bat, pretty much. This one is the TV version, which has the two beam scythe rather than the one that the Endless Waltz version has. Which, I don't know, kind of indifferent on the whole beam scythe. Kind of like the one. But the two does have some cool maneuvers. You know, it turns into like a scissor. Like like cuts them up, you know, just but yeah. Let me turn up the gain on this a little bit so don't have to talk too loud. Over here. All right, so we got in total little PC parts, little plastic connectors. So I'm not going to count these as a runner because, you know, it's little rubbery things. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 runners, which is also my favorite number. So it's a sign. All right, so first we're going to put these in order. I'm going to put these to the side real quick. Got some stickers. I'm not really keen on putting on the stickers, except for like the eyes. But I think there's not a lot, so maybe we'll venture into that territory when we get there. Here are the instructions. Go ahead and move. These are the instructions right here. Of course, it's kind of backwards because it's going that way. I think it's a Japanese thing. Usually kind of disappointed in these instructions because usually they'll have like the kit like right here and then like a cover page, but I'm just being nitpicky. But not too many steps. I personally like to build from the ground up. So like I'll do the legs first, then the waist and the chest and the arms, and then the head. But I don't know. What do you think, chat? Should we do it the right way, as this thing is saying? Or should we just do it my way? Not a lot of steps out here, but yeah, we'll just do it. We'll just do it the normal way. Just keep these around there somewhere. All right, so let's put these runners in order. This is D. What I like to do, it's each of these, if you don't know, have a letter. I think you can see it. Let me. Well, you can. E. See right there. There's an E. So each of these runners will have a letter. Sometimes they'll have a letter and a number. So it'll be like E1, E2, F1, F2, C5, stuff like that. Except for, where did I put them? I'm already losing stuff. Except for these are like the connectors, like the joint connectors. So these are always PC. So this one is a PC 002. All right, so got that going. Oh, anyway, so we got E1. There's a C. I see B1. So B, A, got A, B, C, D. There's another E. This is so when it comes to like the effects, like the beam sabers and the beam weapons, I'll usually just put these to the side because when they come up, I know what it is. Like this one only has 3 pieces. It's the one for the Buster Shield and then the 2 for the double beam scythe. So when we get there, I know this is the only green pieces there. So I usually just put those to the side. But here we have C2, so I gotta move D back. C1, C2, C, D, E, and then what are these bad boys? F1 and F2. All right, cool. Yeah, F1 and F2. What I usually do is I'll have them in the box. I don't have a runner like organizer, so don't really need one. Maybe I'll print one off I can find on the internet. Where's the thing for this? Oh, there it is. And then so I'll have them like this, and so A will be on top, and then when I need, they're in alphabetical order, so if I need A's right here, but if I need, let's say, like E, I'll just A, you know, B, C, C, this one's D, and if I need E, then here's E. Then after I'm done with it, I'll put it back and just kind of start over whatever the next step is. So usually I do it just to keep it semi-organized, which it never stays that way. Usually start making a mess everywhere, but it's kind of how I try to keep everything organized. Take my watch off. Right, so got my handy dandy nippers. I got like a cheapo set. Just regular ones, just to get them off the nubs, or get the pieces off the runners, and then the handy god hand to flush that out. I couldn't find my sanding stuff that I used to use. I haven't built a kit in a while. I think the last kit I built was the day before my daughter was born. I built it at the hospital while my wife was in labor. But yeah, okay. We got some panel lining, markers. I don't even think I've used these before. These specifically. I've used like a Sharpie in the past. This one I know I haven't used. I think they came in like a set or something. That, and then the X-Acto knife in case I need to get a little bit closer to the parts where the nubs are. So that being said, let us get to it. Oh, hey chat. What's going on, Spanish ant? All right, so let's get to it. Saying to start with the waist first. I'm just gonna keep it the way I do it. Just the legs first. Legs and then the waist. Or what should we do? I don't know. Let's do the weapons first. Let's switch it up. Let's do the weapons first. Let's start with the shield. Yeah, let's start with the shield. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna have to put these over here. Put this somewhere over there. And we will start our building process. All right. First, we need A25. A25. So you have A, right? It says runner A, and then all these pieces have numbers like in their zone, like next to them. And what you do is you go off of the instructions. A lot of this stuff is in Japanese, so if you don't know Japanese, it doesn't really matter. Some of the explanations will have translations. Some don't. Like the older kits won't have like explanations on them. Like older kits. I'm talking like really old. But even some of these, like it'll say like click and stuff like that. So it's not too hard, but it's kind of like just you're finding the number, you're finding the big letter, right? What letter you need, and then the number on that letter, and you cut that piece out, and then you put them all together in the order that the instructions are telling you. That's pretty much it. So might seem a little overwhelming if you've never done one before, because it's like a lot of pieces, but this is a high grade, so this is not like the master grades and the real grades and perfect grades. They have a lot of pieces, a lot more runners than these, so this isn't really a lot, but let's go ahead and get to it. So we need to find 825. The way I do it, just cut a little bit kind of close to the piece, just leaving a little bit. This one kind of got away from me. Oh, it did not. It came out perfect, but you see here, this piece right here is not part of the actual piece that I need. So that was just connecting it to the runner. So what you don't want to do is, especially with like darker colored kits or pieces, if you get too close to them, you can actually see here the stress mark of it will like lighten it. So let's see if I can find, here you go. So when you cut it, like, you can kind of see it there. I think hopefully you can see it. It turns like it's turning white because just of the pressure, like just, you know, the squeeze of it, kind of like squeezing your hand. It turns red, or it turns white for a little bit and then goes back. Kind of the same concept. So what you don't want to do is cut too close to the part with your I call them cheapo nippers, but they're not really, it's not the quality of them, because they do serve a very important purpose in this process. You cut them, you don't want to like squeeze them too close, that way the piece itself doesn't get like that stress mark that you can see a little bit here already, and I didn't even cut close to it. You can see right there a little mark there. So that'll you can go and sand it, and or they have like special markers that you can find like the actual color and kind of like, you know, still like little like speck on it or whatever with the marker, like paint it in a little bit. That way it doesn't look, I mean, it's not too bad. Nobody's gonna see that, especially on the shield. This is like the bottom of the shield, I believe. But just think, you know, if you want it to be like super perfectionist. So you have these that are kind of like chomp them. I've had these for a while, so they're probably not the best. These are gonna just kind of squeeze stuff apart instead of cutting everything. But then you got the God hands, which this is what you want to use closer to it, and that just snips it right off like butter. So you get pretty close to the part. It still may create a little bit of the stress mark. You can kind of see it, but yeah, that's piece one. That's 825. And then let's see. So I like to go down the list of like the step to make the whole piece and see what I need from that runner before I put that runner back. So A25 and now A36 and A30. So again, coming in here, cut that piece off, cut that piece off. That one jumped off. And if your nippers are a little bit like clunky, and not clunky, like not sharpened, like your first cut nippers, you can always go a little bit further away from the runner and then hit it with the God hand. The darker colored pieces are just that's just the way it is, you know. You just gotta be careful with it. So there's a 36. All right, so now it's a 30, which is looks like a frame of some sort. It's down here. I think I do need to get some new cheapo nippers or First cut nippers. Let's call them that. Maybe dubbed by a new name. Might have some downstairs actually in the basement. I'll have to check. And sometimes it doesn't come off and you just gotta squeeze it like that. And then if you don't, like, it's a perfect example of what happens when sometimes it doesn't come off the runner like as perfect as you want it. For that piece, you can take very carefully. You can take your like X-Acto knife and kind of, you know, make sure your knife is sharp enough to kind of cut through that little bit of excess. You don't want to get into the part. You just kind of want to take that excess off. That's where the sanding, you know, tools and stuff like that come in handy. Will always sheathe your knife. You never know when you're gonna try to grab it and you get all bloody. All right, so A30, A20. Ah, yellow. Goku. I wonder if I could pull these instructions online. Just have them on the screen. That is, I believe, I don't believe I know. This is the crest for on the yellow part of the shield. It's kind of hard to show what the kit looks like in color because the black and white box. Let me see if I can find it actually. Here, if I can just pull a photo of it. Just like throw it in the corner. Here. I actually have one already. Would you look at that? Okay. So I'll throw this. Actually, no. Hold on. To remove. Let's do building top down. There we go. All right. Now I can edit over here. And we're going to put this bad boy in the corner. Here he is. That is Deathscythe Hell TV version. So you still can't see the shield that I was talking about, but once I'm done here, you'll be able to see it. All right, so A20, and that is it for the A runner. What do we got next? B. We have C. Closer. So we need both C1 and C2. Usually they'll be kind of, it's when the kit has pieces that are like the left and right piece. So it's like the same thing pretty much. It's just like the inverted version of those pieces. So let's see. C16 and C26. These are going to be up here. These are in a weird thing. Take those off. C16 and C26. Where art thou? Oh, there you are. All right. I think that's it for C. Yep. Sure is. All right. Let's get. You'll see once we get to the. The white pieces, like the legs and stuff like that, a little bit of the waist. You'll see like the stress marks when you cut are not really prominent to non-existent at all. Right there. All right. C1, 6, C2, 6. Complete. Maybe get like a little brush so I can brush stuff away. Can't find my pen, so I'll write it down later. I'll probably forget. Now we need the D. We need E23. That cut good. That was a good cut. E23. And G20. Oh, that did not cut good. Never mind. Damn. 23. 4. Now with these, they look the same, but just make sure you keep track of which one is which. This one right here is D23. Be careful when they got like little sprockets and stuff. There we go. All right. Boom and boom. Don't tell you, man. Once you get yourself a pair of these nippers, man, it's definitely a game changer. All right, so this is D24. Hey. Okay. I think that is it. There is. Okay. All right. So here we go. We start assembling now. So goes here. 3. Go. Yonder. This is where. There we go. All right. So you can see it's got like has like a sprocket mechanism. So when one goes in, the other goes in, and vice versa. And that is by design because the shield, he has it on his arm. If it's got box doesn't have. If I can find a picture of it, so I really want to show the shield. What it does is perfect. Oh. Oh, perfect. This is a perfect example. This is the exact kit that we are building. Perfect example of what I needed to show. Shield on this bad boy. Usually closed, but you can kind of see. I'm gonna make the other picture. Yeah. So it's kind of it's closed, and then it'll like open up. Here, probably open up like that. It's got the beam effect in the middle, and then it just like launches. which is kind of how the picture is. Like it's launching the thing, and the shield is used as obviously defense, but it can also be used as like a longer range weapon. Deathscythe doesn't have a lot of long range stuff. I think he's got some Vulcan cannons like on the helmet, on the head itself. But other than that, he's more of a close range combat Gundam, which is why he's like the stealthy one. Like he's got, I forgot what it's called, but he's got a thing. His backpack is it can like blind radars and stuff, so you can't tell if he's, you know, on radar or whatever. And in fact, the first time he appeared, or the first time the mobile suit appeared, the original Deathscythe Hell is an upgraded version, because the original Deathscythe got destroyed. But the first time the original Deathscythe came out, or was introduced, it was underwater using a beam weapon, which was like apparently not possible. But he was able to use his scythe underwater and his buster shield, and also like remain invisible to enemy radar. So, and then once it got destroyed, then kind of like a lot of his, he's a like a ground unit, mostly. Like he can fly and stuff like that, because all the Gundams have like thrusters and stuff, but he's not meant for like aerial combat or like space combat. So he was like designed to like infiltrate like buildings and like destroy stuff like as a ground type unit. And once it was destroyed is when once he got upgraded, they gave him you can see the wings and stuff like that. The buster shield became bigger, and the twin beam sights or whatever, but the wings and stuff like that, his like jamming radar thing was like enhanced, and then he got the wings let him like be more mobile in space, is what it is. So I got this here. This part has like stickers on it. All right, we don't need that part. Not yet, at least. And then this. Oh. Sure, it's in there properly. There we go. This is supposed to be closed. I keep clicking the thing off. Here, let's do this. Nope. There we go. God. Why are you being difficult? I wonder if I could just do this here. Not follow instructions. Alright. There you go, I clicked. And this will click. Bam. Hell yeah. Should have brought the original Deathscythe. There's shield. Maybe I'll do that. I don't think I'll finish this bad boy on stream tonight, but we got this. I really need to find my sanding stuff. Hey. I have a special guest here entering the cockpit.
Where's the camera?
Right here.
Oh, a chat.
That was my lovely daughter. Right. Now we have another special guest entering the cockpit.
Hey guys.
You gotta get in the camera. You gotta get inside.
Chat.
Get in. There we go. All right, shield's almost done. This is the regular, right? This is how it is right here. Bam, on his arm, and we have yet another special guest. The majority of my followers. But yeah, so here's the shield, and then now we go ahead and grab, as I was saying before, you're gonna need the beam effects. But here, these are a little bit more tricky when it comes with the God Hand. I've been told that I've never had an issue, but I'm told since it's like a clear, the material's different. It's a little bit more like hard on the God Hand, but here we go. Not too hard, not too hard. Hey chat. Oh, the thing's working now, I see. It actually says the name of the person entering the chat. Well, it's before it was just saying some random thing like @user, but now it's actually saying like whoever, since you talked for the first time in the chat, like for this stream, I think it'll like that's my operating system who like it registers it, and then it like says, oh hey, welcome to the chat, or welcome to the hangar, I should say. All right, but here's the beam. I don't know if this clicks further. I don't think it does. Can I get a shout out, please? Shout out to Jive5. There we go, it clicked. All right, so this is the beam, the buster shield in effect. Just it's like opens up like that, then the beam thing comes out, and then it just like thrusts off the his like arm. All right, well, that's cool. That's done. Okay, let's do the scythe. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and cut these pieces out. They're already here, and I know I'm gonna use them. That out. Let's get the other one. I do have to make sure. All right, so this is 21. Keep that one up there. This one's 22. Because one of them is, I think one of them is shorter than the other. Because one of them goes on the top, like beam weapon thing. Did I not cut this one? Guess not. All right, and then this one is 22. Yeah, I think, yeah, one is longer than the other. 21, 22. 21 goes on top, which is perfect. Already separated. Anthony is 6'7". Chat can also get a shout out. Sure thing, Anthony is 6'7". Shout out to Anthony 6'7". Hope you're having a wonderful night. That was... I forgot which one this was. We'll just throw that up there. We'll figure it out. Pretty sure looks like the shorter one goes on top from the reference photo. I'm gonna throw that one on top. There. All right. All the crumbs. Oh wait, I forgot the little thruster things. Now it's complete. I thought they were part of the the garbage pile. Gotta be careful with the smaller pieces. All right. That now we're gonna need pretty much all on one runner. It looks like. All right, so we're starting off with D17. D17. This gray is also prone to those stress marks, so we just gotta be a little bit careful with that. And D17, D19, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Yeah, all right, so 18, 19, 20, here. You can also, if you're comfortable enough, you don't have to do the first cut. I just do it to make sure, you know, I'm like flush with the object or the piece. You can also just here, we'll do this one, 25. This is the beam. Like, you can also just get really close on here. You don't really, you know, care much about the stress marks or whatever it is. You know, the God hands are pretty good for this because as long as you get a good cut, like, I haven't done a kit in a while, so that's why I'm kind of doing the be careful cuts, those first cuts and stuff like that. But you can also, there we go. Right, sometimes you'll have those. Just run your your finger like where the nub mark is, and then if you can get it, like if you can feel it, then you can kind of, you know, you just don't want to start like peeling the piece. And this piece right here I had to cut anyway. This is actually the beam saber when it's stowed. So yeah, worked out. All right, where were we? Got 17, 19, I believe 20, 27, E7. You could do it like this as well, just cutting all the pieces. Need 27. Need 26. And 122. Right. Just make sure when you're putting everything together, everything kind of matches, like orientation and stuff like that. You can do it like this. You could do it with just one cut with the God hand. You could do one cut with the more like brute nipper. Doesn't really matter. That's the beauty of this hobby is, you know, you can really just, it's your kit, your build. Do whatever you want. There's no right or wrong way to do it. Well, maybe a wrong way would do it was, you know, cut through the pieces, but I don't think anybody would want to do that on purpose. I think we're done here with this. Let's go ahead and do our second cuts on all these. A little thruster thing. You can see, there we go. Got that. With the rounder pieces, sometimes you'll get that. Like you'll have to, get a little bit closer to it. So we got that. This bad boy. Got that one. Now here, be careful because that looks like it's part of the actual piece. Just remember, look twice before you make sure you're cutting what you're supposed to be cutting. There. This bad boy. Be the staff. It was a little harder. Probably gonna have to hit with the X-Acto. Just to be sure. Just to be sure. Bam. Just be careful when you're using these things. I'll try to get that excess and not start peeling the part. There you go. I peeled it a little bit there, but not too noticeable. Again, once you hit it with the X-Acto and like the God hands, like it's very, very minimal what you have to do, from my experience. So just like with a sanding tool, like you should be good to go. Where's this other piece? There it is. There. A couple more pieces here. I'll be able to build the beam scythe. All right, the last piece, I think. And once you get the hang of it, it'll start going a little bit quicker, especially with like the frames. A lot of the inner frames are the same on a lot of the kits. I think all of the high grade Gundam wing kits are all the same frame. And you'll get used to just building those. You'll like kind of becomes like almost muscle memory. Like, oh, here's, I know exactly where this piece goes. There we go. Cool. So we got D17. D19 goes on top of. Whoa, almost lost a piece. D19 goes on this one. Like this. And then like that. So that's the top. This is the bottom. Yep, looks like this is the bottom portion of it. Pops where I need to. This one here. That 21 goes here like that. Bam. Perfect. Nice. All right, now I put this the scythe, the beam effect, I guess. Oh look, I missed a spot up here like that, I guess. Cheap viewers on streamboo.com. Thanks. Boost. I think I'm okay for now with my 3 viewers. Appreciate the offer. this. So one of the upgrades from the Deathscythe Hell, is double scythe, and then you can also use it as like a scissor thing. So it's like that. And you, like chop. Also can use it as like a spear. And you would like throw it this way like that. And also, I think this needs to click. Fix that here a little bit. Also is the like the thruster thing on the back. The original Deathscythe did not have that, and that just gives Deathscythe Hell a little bit more like speed. He's a pretty fast Gundam mobile suit, but with this, like, you know, swinging faster or whatever. All right, so beam scythe done. Weapons are done, actually. So we got the beam scythe, twin beam scythe, the buster shield, and then a twin beam scythe when it's stowed. I don't think. Yep. Oh, that just goes on the waist section of the kit. All right, so we got that done. Cool. Let's start on the big boy. Let's start with the legs. Decided we're gonna keep this same throughout. Yeah. The legs. A lot of the legs, since there's two legs, obviously, nothing changes until you get to like, I guess, the thigh portion of the kit, which then turns into like right leg, left leg. But everything up until that point, like from the ground up, from like the shoes to there, is the same. And then when it does switch, it's just like pretty much two pieces. That way, you know, they can go in left and right. Yeah. Need go step by step on this one, since it's gonna be two of each. I'm gonna need the PCs. These bad boys right here. B and F, for the most part, inner workings of things. The foot portion of it, and then we'll go ahead and start. I'm gonna go ahead and not. I think I'm back into builder mode. I think I can do this without doing a first cut. All right, so C25. I'm not sanding these. Just go from there. I will do some. I want to do some panel lining on the kit, so we'll do that. Like a weird fly looking thing on my screen. C25. Again, these are usually you'll have runners that are kind of the same. That's just because they're carrying, you know, the left and right arm or the left and right leg, shoulder, whatever the case may be. PC. These are like rubbery, not like, I guess they are plastic, but they're more, I guess, pliable is the word. PC7. PC7. 2 of those. I'll go ahead and chop that other one off. Bam. PC7. We'll keep them semi-separate. Move the weapon stuff up here. Four of these. Oh, up on here a little bit. There we go. 8. Another 8. That's it. There. 10, 7, 8. For that. Oh, the other ones. 2. E. Okay. C2. 12. 111. E111. It's gonna be there too. Yep. Weird. E19, C29. There. Like I already know what this piece is. Obviously for the foot because we're doing the legs, but this is a connector that connects like the shoe portion of it. Seven. Grab 7 already. C7. Nope. Yep. C7. All right. Damn. All right. Nope. There we go. Gotta cut all these for the other side. Got 10, 11. 9. 8. 9. that's a typo. Guess we'll figure it out. Once we get there.
Yeah, I think he kind of knows it.
Okay. I think that is all of them here. Okay. 1, 3. It's gonna be all now these. Just cut nippers for these. I don't want to put too much of any stretch marks on this. That is done. I'm here. Very careful. But we don't put any stress marks on these darker pieces. These are 100% black. These will definitely end up with some stress marks. Garbage. There. Now. My runner's almost just. All right. So this runner is literally just like 2 of each, like left, right, left, right, left, right, stuff like that. 2 of each, like left, right, left, right, left, right. All right. See when you first hear E1 13. E1. Where are you? Here. You don't really have to worry about this. The white or lighter colored pieces. I mean, pretty much all the white ones, or anything that's not like the white pieces. You'll probably see get some stress marks on there. For you, E110, which is this one right here. It'll be like the top of the boot. There. 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 Bam. Alright, cool. What do we need from here? Complete at least this part. 111. And 12. And 11. Eleven. Eight and 9. Eight. Thought they were side by side. Oh. There is 9. It's 9, yep. So it's like card games. Like Uno. Make sure the 9s are 9s. 6s are 6s. I wanna cut a piece off that you don't need. Okay, I think that's it. I can actually start making them. I think we'll do up to the waist today and call it a night. Leg number 1. So we're going to start with and 7. REI. Bigger fingers, so a little bit harder for me to plastic pieces, or these plastic pieces, these rubbery pieces always give me trouble. There we go. Can't see. Pretty sure it's I move the instructions out of the glare. Here. one goes 13, which no idea which one that was. I'm gonna double check these pieces, make sure they're good. Oh, okay. Yep, I am starting to remember. Frame. This one goes into. That way. We go. Oh, yeah, I'm dumb. I messed up. Also have to find my tweezers. Small squares up here. I can't get this bad boy out. Ah, there we go. Crisis averted. These go like this. Sure, I don't mess that one up. That. And then this has a little slot thing. These need to go into. Bam. There we go. And that is. Always thought these look like heels. That. We got a little foot. Now we're going here. Boy, and this goes in like this. Yep. That. And now this will go into that foot part we just created. Look like that. Sponsored by Jordan. The Deathscythe ones. Alright. Here. Oh, I forgot to do the. A B piece. The B pieces. That's B1, 2. There's only. Two. Same as that other piece. Oh, it is. So they just put that one piece over here on this. On that runner. Just need that one. This, and then we got that. This will put out the other piece. C piece here. Oh, they're over here. A little bit more sense. said, check your work. Make sure all these things are the right ones before you together. Because once you get these, like the frame parts, if you put them together, you gotta take them apart. It's a pain in the ass. We sheathe your blades. Now, that piece will come up here. That makes sense. A lot more sense. Bam. This is the knee. Ish. Now goes into this one. No longer. In that. Sure does. All right, cool. And then that PC8 is gonna go in here, and this is what connects to that that angle portion of this. Which is this one. Connect right there, pretty easy. Right there. Look at that. Hell yeah. Come up here. And damn. I'm talking about. Now we can connect these two together. That is it. One leg done. All right. You gotta do that all over again. These two are for the end. This one kind of two. Ball goes like that. All right. Need this. Put come on. There we go. Boom. And this one, I believe, went. And let's do this one right here. Do this one. The Gundam. Yep, and 13 goes in here. Like that. This slides in. It's got those grooves. Make sure we don't mess that up again. Damn. Heel done. Now, this here. That. That. And that is done. Boom. All right. Let's do that inner portion. This and then this. Wrong one. There we go. Comes in like that. Bam. All right. Down. As you can tell, once you get these things like down to where you kind of know what you're doing, we just did the other leg. Sure that goes. Yep, sliding in. Almost forget. Bam. Bottom. Right there. This is 9. 9 goes right there. Boom. Gentlemen, legs pretty much done. Now this is where you separate like right leg, left leg. So let's turn them around like this. So we right leg, left leg. First, B PCs right here. I'm going to take care of those PCs first. P6. We're gonna need P6. Two E1. E1, B, 2. Going to assume by the look of B33. One. Try not to get ahead of myself, but almost let's throw it up there with the other one, the other leg, and then the other one is C2 13, which is pretty much the same as E1. It's inverted. All right. Keep the F's over there. PCs. All right, so right leg. 32. PC6. Them together there. And just like that. Push that one in there. This is the right leg. Simple as that. Now we do the same thing over here. Everything's kind of inverted, so everything's backwards to the right leg. In here, like that, like that, like that. Click, click. Whack. And booyah. Peace out here. See that? I want to try something. Marker. Wonder if this is like this. It is. Kinda. A little bit darker. I don't think you'll see these inner workings, but the waist. There we go. That's a click. This other one didn't click like that. It's in there though. All right. Right leg, left leg, complete. All right. Actually, let's maybe I'll have to put like another cam for like the side here. These bad boys somewhere. I wonder once the Gundam marker dries. I wonder if it looks. Yeah, it doesn't look bad. Pretty decent. All right, cool. All right, onto the waist. Actually, I'm gonna grab myself a drink. Kind of parched. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. Back to business. Here somewhere. Okay. All right, let's do the waist. One of those. C4. $15. 16. 31. 14. Here. 15. Hit for this page. So I'll finish this page. Turn it over and I get all confused. This bit. Sheath your blades. Sheath your blades. Now 31 comes in. That? Yep. There we go. And then 14 comes out up top right here. There. PC4. Bam. All right, cool. Page over. I need all this stuff that looks like space. A15 up here. A10, that's the, yep. Whew, caught it. 16. Oh, and 11. Skirt. Go ahead. Do need. Great pieces. And 15. I think that's it. He's on that. There. A50. Oh, it's on right behind it. No. What is it? Oh, there. You're just a nub. 15 and 16 go on here. You know, maybe getting some paint markers. Customizing this. Make the grays like a silver. You have a custom Deathscythe Hell Endless Waltz version I made. Took it all apart and painted it like custom colors. Looks the same, like same kind of same colorways, but like the reds are metallic reds, yellows are gold, like that. All right. Oh. Certainly did not. This is where the this is over here. So, down here. There we go. This comes in here. And now this attaches like this. That's so. Now you can move the back. You can also move the skirt forward as well. These two. Pretty sure this one is 12. One is 11. All right. We can attach legs, the waist. Now these connect there. And I think we can actually put a stowed twin beam scythe. There's also a good point in the build where you can see if you messed up the legs or not. Sometimes they'll be like if you haven't clicked everything all the way down. But it seems like he's in order. That's it. The legs and the waist. Just have chest. Got the chest, arms, and the head. We got and the wings. Do the wings too. We got weapons done, and the legs and the waist. Special guest in the cockpit again. Stop fighting. Anyways, I think that's where we're gonna end tonight's stream. Yep. So just got the chest, arms, head, and the wings, and it'll be complete. And then we'll work on some paneling. Yeah. It's gonna be it for tonight. Thank you for everyone who joined. Maybe finish this Friday, or Monday maybe. But we will officially start a Gundam Wing kit on Wednesdays. Might finish it a different day, but we will start it on Wednesdays. Let's go ahead and make sure everything is sheathed. All our tools, everything's good to go. I'm gonna go ahead and put these runners back. sure I got everything going. As you can tell, started making a mess already. ABC. Oh, PC's in. All right, that's gonna be it. Good night, everyone. Hope everyone has a good night, and we'll see you next time.